Hi, my name is Tan. Welcome back to another video by Amiga Yamaha. Today we're going to be talking about how to prepare yourself and your bike for a long trip. One of the most important things is your gear. So this is something you can do before you even need to look or check your bike. You want to make sure that you have the right clothing depending on the trip you're going to take. It can be from the climate to the distance and to what you're comfortable with. So this is something you can make sure you have first. Second thing, of course, is to consider is do you need any additional documents, especially if you're not going to be travelling in this country, if you're going abroad. So they're two things that can be considered, and then we can move on to the bike. So first thing we can start with is to make sure all our electrics work. So this is very easy. We can just start the bike, let it run, make sure our indicators are working correctly, make sure our headlight, our tail light, brake lights, everything is working as it should, the horn, and then we're good to go on that aspect. The next thing we want to consider is our tyre pressures. Now, especially if you are going to be carrying luggage on your bike, you do need to take into consideration some bikes do require that you actually put more of the rear tyre pressure. Always refer to your owner's manual though to check this specification, so make sure that you have the correct amount. Once these are all set, you can then move on to your chain. Again, the chain is a bit tricky because not always it is covered in the owner's manual. If this is something you are unsure with though, always pop into us and we're more than happy to make sure it is adjusted, set correctly and lubricated for you. After that's all done, you can always do a visual check. So what's included in this is you can look for any leaks on the bike. So that could be whether it's your suspension. Even a leak can be classed as your tyres, like do you have a puncture going on there? Even the condition of your tyres, are they good? Are they going to last on your trip? Do you need them to be changed? Possibly your brakes. Again, if this is something that you don't really feel comfortable doing yourself, always give us a call and we're more than happy to help advise you. We're more than happy to show you and we're more than happy to make sure that you're safe for your journey. The last thing that we can make sure we check is of course our oil. Now, every time we check the oil on any bike, we need to make sure that it's always upright. A lot of people, they make the mistake of checking the bike while it's on its side stand. And what that does, they think they have the incorrect level. So they'll put the dipstick or they'll look in the sight glass and they'll see that there's nothing showing on there and they'll have a bit of a panic and they'll immediately fill it up until it shows the correct amount. What this does though, it will unfortunately overfill it. So always make sure that you have the bike upright, and if you can't do that by yourself, like you may have a heavier bike, it may not have a center stand, again bring it down to us and we're more than happy to help give you a hand and help you do that. For you guys that have managed to stay to the end, I'll give you one more extra tip. If you're like me, make sure when you travel you take enough power packs for either your phone or your sat nav or whatever it is, because like me, I am always running out of battery. So especially if you're on roads you do not recognise, you never ever want to be caught out without knowing the routes. So make sure if you can't pre-plan, you always have access to some sort of charging port. And make sure again you always stay hydrated, because you don't realise in the moment when you're out riding, especially with friends and you're enjoying yourself, it does really take a toll on your body. So again, make sure you're hydrated, you have enough food and you have enough rest. Okay, so if after this video you're still a little unsure of either what you need to do to your bike or even if you have the correct gear, just either pop into us, give us a call, drop us an email. All our details will be left below and we're more than happy to help you in any way. We have two locations, so we have our workshop, which is based in Park Royal, the address will be below, and we have our showroom, which is based on Dudden Hill Lane. The showroom is where you're going to find all the clothing, so such as the helmets, the gloves, the jackets, so all that gear you need for your trip. And the workshop is where you're going to come and if you need us to check over your bike to make sure that it's ready to go. But again, we are more than happy to help you, so just let us know. Now I'm on my bike and I'm about to head home. Don't use these trousers to travel, make sure you get yourself the proper gear. See you later.